You're about to find out what it feels like. I even have Katie's address. Nope, you're about to find out. And then she sends her that, and it's like, I don't think I am. And then she says, shall I continue, Alana? I contacted that Mark Krause about that PlayStation Corgi scams, but yeah, but. And then before this, she had sent me something like where she's like talking about calling CPS and shit. Like, yeah, Mimi is gross. Like, oops. Yeah, there she is. You see? No, but somebody came and asked. Was it? Oh, Casey asked. Did they showed y'all driver's license, or is that true? Because I mean, I don't even know how they would get that. So that's probably not true, right? Casey, do you think you might have heard addresses and I didn't see them shared? I was told Chanel said that to betas. Wait, Chanel told you that? I thought she wasn't like that. Yeah, I don't think she has your driver's license though. I think she lied. But I thought Chanel was like kind of like a neutral type person that was like just nice. Is that not the case? No, I was told that by someone else, but Chanel was the one who came in and said it. Oh, okay. Wait. Oh, wait, you was told that by someone else. Chanel, you think Chanel was trying to bait you, or you think she coming in to came in and said Mimi has my license? Oh, maybe Mimi lied and said that. Maybe that's what it was. Because I mean, how would she have your license? You know. See, this is what infuriates me. Let's just say this was like okay. Let's say right now, like they were like let's switch spots, okay? Say if like we were still defending Wilson and they were like supporting like Zombie Mom and but not Mimi. Say Mimi was like I mean no. Say if I'm my Mimi for example, and if I did that, do y'all even know what would be happening right now? Like there's Chanel right there. Yeah, I was confused though, because she seems. Look at how fast I'm telling you, people like Chanel. I wasn't talking shit about you. I was saying that I didn't think you were like that, by the way, because I know people go real fast talking, or like, unless it's just a coincidence that you came in right after that. But anyways, but I was saying you seem like usually that you're pretty neutral. That is such an invasion. I don't get it. I figured that. That's why I'm like, well, I didn't say anything bad. I was actually saying something nice. I said for the most part, I thought you were pretty a neutral person. So I didn't know if you were trying to like, if you were really informing Zombie Mom when that happened, or if you were like a part of baiting her. I just try to keep it real. Oh man, y'all, you know how my freezer has that problem, y'all, which I have to fix. Like my milk right now is like frozen because even my refrigerator is starting. Like I need to get rid of this fridge. I just need to get rid of it. It needs to be gone, but gone. Like, maybe I'm gonna turn down the temperature. I only see temperature I don't even know. Anyways, that makes me mad. Anyway, Chanel, when you went and told Zombie Mom that, were you just like informing her, or did someone tell you to go and bait her? I mean, also, you 100% don't have to answer my questions because I know I can't stand to be interrogated. Oh, you informed Mandy. Okay. Yeah, well, I don't think anybody has anybody's license. I don't even know how that would happen. But
He's lying. Mimi's lying.
you know what? When Mimi does shit like this, what it should do is open people's eyes. Like, if she really stood for what she's been supposedly standing for when it comes to Wilson, she wouldn't do this either.
Exactly.
But she doesn't actually care. I mean, none of them do. I mean, most of them. I believe that there's some people that have been supportive of Wilson, and it's because they either sadly are being manipulated by her, or they truly do feel for her. Whereas other people, it's all for content and fake outrage and views. Oh, you know what? You know what made me mad today? Oh, it was last night or today. I don't even remember. When I saw that post, it was last night, I think, or this morning, whatever. That Audrey made about Zombie Mom, and like all these people in the comments were saying these terrible things. Basically saying that Zombie Mom is just like messing with Wilson for no reason, all because she don't like her, and like as if like, and they all think that like she ruined her livelihood. All lies, and this is the reason I stood up for them, because that's fucked up. For I know how it feels for people to think you made somebody lose their job. It fucking sucks, and that shit. If someone doesn't correct it, it will stay with you. Like, look, people still do that to me about Nina. It's infuriating and super frustrating. I think that's such a horrible accusation. But, you know, call me horrible for doing what I did, though. I think it's wrong. I mean, I don't know. It's just bullshit. What I'm about to do is I'm about to make a video with the timeline of events, and hopefully it reaches real nurses and let them weigh in on it and see how they feel about somebody doing that. I think their opinion matters. In my opinion, their opinion matters. Because I think any nurse wouldn't appreciate that when they work hard for their license. But, you know, that's just my opinion. Who am I, though? Who am I? Wait, let me do this so I don't have to worry about my camera constantly. There we go. Exactly. Like, you wouldn't want somebody, what did Wilson have to gain from doing that? Makes no sense. What does she have to gain? The thing that she wants. Empathy. I mean, the sympathy, attention. That's what she has to gain. I mean, people do, you know, there's people that, what the heck? Okay, anyways. There's people that do this shit, believe it or not. Some people do it for money, like will lie and catfish people for money. Some people do it for attention. You know, that's what she had to gain. I mean, look what she did gain. I mean, there's your answer right there. Like at first, before we found out that she was lying, she gained like the whole community support. Like people were like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." Is that like attention? And then even after this, because people want to be against people all the time, she still gained attention. That's what she gained. Do that to others. Wait, what? I know it doesn't. It doesn't. You know why it doesn't make sense? Because it's not a normal thing to do. Like something, which that's why I think it's very exploitive. People that are like that have gone on this freaking whatever they're doing, like you know all these lives that people hosted about it. It's. I mean, they're exploit. They use it as a chance for content. They exploited her whatever is going on, her whatever you want to call it, a sickness, whatever. They exploited it. These people don't actually care about her. Why do you think they're talking about something different now? They're not even really talking. Like, they were outraged for like a week and a half. Now you got people fucking with Zombie Mom and Mandy and Katie Cakes and, all of the Psychonic. And that's a different kind of sick. Like, Mimi's her own kind of sick, trust me. I mean, think about it. I mean, Mimi 1 week was telling Sheena she wants to help her find a liver, and the next week she was telling Sheena she hopes she, her liver fails, basically. You gotta be a sick kind of human being to say something like that. So. Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, I didn't know she was blocked. I can go see if I can find her. Let's see. Ew. Where is she at? Where is she? I might have to get out to go do it. I hate when it happens. I hate when you can't see everybody in here. Unless it was a while ago that she was blocked. What? Let me see. I'll do it. Exactly, Zombie Mom. It's weird. Oh, it does say that it's turned off, but it doesn't show it on my end. That's so weird. Like, are y'all able to like? Oh, that's weird. What do y'all see in my background? Is it the alien thing still?
I don't see anything.
That's so
I don't
weird.
see anything.
On my end, that's what you see, and like I can't take it off. That's so weird.
TikTok is bugging out tonight.
I know it really is. Okay. Now let me put it back. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that was weird. But I fixed it though. There you go. Wait, what the hell is this? Oh, appeal. My lab does not contain that content, thank you. Okay. Anyways, God, I feel like I'm so sorry, y'all. I know everybody's gonna tell me not to be sorry for this, but I just am. Like lately, I've just been like so blah. Like I just like I feel like I bore y'all to death sometimes when I come live. Like I don't even know what to say, just because I've just been in all in my head like the past few weeks. But what?
I say you're not boring.
I know, but it's not the same as it was. But I'm telling y'all, I'll get out of this little like whatever I'm in, this funk that I'm in. And what's so weird, y'all, but you know what? That's why it might not even be because of like things happening. Like I do have massive depression disorder, which is like well, like at any time you could just kind of like fall into depression and you don't like but I haven't had that happen in a while. Usually if I've been sad or depressed, it's like it's very much so for a reason. And I mean I do have some things that are making me sad like the last couple months, but mostly I think it's one of those episodes where I just like don't even understand. I just like had this like sadness over me, but I feel like I'm not sad about anything. Like why am I sad? So like yeah, I don't know if anybody has that, but it sucks because like you don't know. What's wrong with you? You're just sad? But yeah, let me see if Scott. Yeah. I need eye drops. Where'd you get those?
I got them from the student work.
Oh.
My eye is hurting.
Oh. I know. But anyway, so yeah. It sucks because like I don't even like I'll just be like I'll be wanting to come live and come have fun, but like I get here. Actually the last few lives I've had, like I even sat there and like thought about a whole idea of something I could do on live that's fun. And then I get to live and like I just can't do it. Like it just will not come out of me to do it. Because like I don't know. There's like this I don't even know how to explain it. It's like this shell that you're stuck inside of. I don't know. Oh God. I don't even know if that's a good way to explain it, but well, I'm letting it melt some. Like don't. That's fine. Whatever. Yeah, for sure.
For sure. For sure.
Can you shut up?
For sure.
But sorry, I'm reading the comments. You see, like normally I don't read the comments because normally I'm on a tangent. I can just be like do talking away, and like I don't know. I don't know. The moon is crooked. Wait, really? Is it? Wait, if it's okay about what Chanel has said. Wait, what you said? I don't know what you mean, Mama Cat. Wait, is the moon really crooked? Like, what do you mean it's crooked? Oh, well, you wanted to clear it up. If you want to come up and say it, you can. Trust me, anybody take over, please. Come on up.
Oh, first I want to say I'm sorry that you feel like that way because I understand that feeling too. That's a terrible feeling. But the second, okay, so she did come into Mandy's live when we were all in there talking, and she came in and said, "Mimi is showing Zombie's driver's license right now on live. I see it." That's what she told us in the comment.
And, like, obviously, I mean, well, is she still in here? I mean, did that actually happen? Did she actually show driver's license? Oh,
That we don't know. That's just what she told us.
oh.
So we never actually seen it.
Right. Chanel, are you still in here? Because that would be crazy if she had that. That would be... That's because they told her to go say it. I said I wasn't sure if it was her or AI, though. Oh, was there actually a license up? Because don't be letting them make you do their little dirty work, girl. That's how you get caught up in shit that you don't even want to be in. I'm not saying that happened, but I just hate seeing people being used like that. So if that did happen, don't let them do that. Because
Yeah, that's 100% what I think they were doing.
I cannot stand when people do that. Because you know what? They don't care, but then you have people like that aren't, bad people, and they get them caught up in shit. And Yep, block and keep scrolling. Oh, wait. I need that live. You could probably go to the rewatch app.
Yeah, but she's doing more than just that too with Zombie, that lady, Mimi. So
Oh, yeah. She's not a good person. And, like,
no,
and you know what? I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt that she was really trying to change, like she said. But, yeah, obviously, people.
no. She
People.
does terrible things and threatens terrible things to
Yeah, and you know
people.
what? She's done that since I've ever known her. And that's why I don't even know. I just like to always try to give people the benefit of the doubt because you just never know if people, but, yeah, people usually prove you wrong. All right.
Right. I agree.
Is the moon crooked?
Well, thanks for letting me up. I just wanted to tell you that.
Girl. Of course. It's really. Yeah, that would be. I wouldn't even know how she got her license. That would be crazy. I mean.
Yeah.
Like, can you even. I'm about to see something. I was trying to see like how real something like this could look on AI, which I mean I did it really, really fast, so let's see. So it's not gonna be anybody's real picture. Like that's not really me, obviously. Look, I put Slidell, Louisiana. And that's not even what our license looks like. But so I wonder if she did something like this. Or if they really did get her to lie. I mean,
Possibly, but they also were saying addresses that were related to where
right.
they
Yeah, I
used
did
to
see
live.
that.
Yeah.
Like I think she gave I think it was like somebody's address, somebody's older address, and somebody's grandma's address, something like that.
Yeah. Yep.
But I'm telling you, man. Wait, okay. Okay, so Sal's, this is what it says. So it says, the moon is not physically crooked, but it appears that way or even upside down, depending on your location on Earth. This is due to viewing the moon from different angles on spherical planet, especially between the northern and southern hemispheres. Wait, I wonder if they mean that in general. I'm talking about right now. Is the moon crooked? I'm gonna say like right now. Why does the moon look crooked? Maybe because it looks crooked. Okay, why does the moon look crooked? There we go. The moon appears. What the hell? Appeal. Like I don't have my thing on, so it shouldn't. I hate when it gives you those little violations. Well, whatever. When your camera's off, but
Hey, did you hear about
what?
the guy, the Navy guy sent glitter?
You already told me this joke yesterday.
Did I?
Yes.
I did?
Yeah.
What I said? What was the plot line?
I forgot.
Pretty nuts.
Huh?
Pretty nuts, huh? Yeah.
You heard about the naked guy that sat in glitter?
Yeah, pretty nuts.
Pretty nuts, huh?
I didn't tell you that yesterday.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
They did do that.
Knocking my 12-year-old child's paternal grandmother's address. That's sick. That is sick.
Yeah.
Wait, so did they actually put that out? I mean, it's wrong either way, but did they? Is that what they've been like? They actually put it out there, or they just been sending it to you, threatening you, like intimidating you, whatever. I mean, either way, it's wrong. The moon appears sideways or upside down due to your location on Earth. The angle of the sun and the moon's path across the sky, which changes the perspective of its illuminated portion. So, what are you talking about, Sal's? This is often called a wet moon or a chash. I never say this right. I'm not even gonna say it. Cat smile in the northern hemisphere, where it looks like a bowl while appearing upright in other hemispheres. Let me see. How do people still condone this behavior? We would have. Oh my God! Why is it doing it? We reviewed your appeal and confirmed that that visibility for this live could not be restored. And recommendations, like I'm not doing. Like I don't know why it's doing that. But anyways, sounds what? Wait, look it up on TikTok. That's where the truth is. Oh, that's where the truth is. Okay. Ew.
And then she said,
Where's it? Ew. Okay, sorry. Okay, Crooked Moon. Videos. Let's see.
I'm building my first D&D character because I have like my first real campaign starting today.
No.
Halfway through, we realized the druid has no spells.
No.
"I'm Sky. Video footage sent in by James F. And it's up
Well, this is from 2022, so the story about the Crooked Moon.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Good night.
The moon is on the wrong side tonight. Like, it is not following the same pattern, like the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. This is not a normal moon tonight.
What?
Will you bring me that water real quick? I'm in the bag.
Where's that?
It's on tape. Yeah.
Okay, but this is what it describes, so it's not really... I'm sorry, hold on. When I was reading, it did say this because somebody in the comments even said, Enoch's prophecy, well, you know that cat from Cheshire? I can't say this. Moon, that kind of moon. So that's what it is, what I was reading. So it just looks that way, but it's, I don't know what caused it. Let me see. The crooked look of the moon isn't because the moon itself has tilted, but because of your perspective on Earth's curved surface. Since you are standing on a sphere, up and down change depending on where you are. Blah. Moon's actual upside it. While the tilt is an optical illusion, the moon is scientifically crooked on the inside. I don't know. The small moon near the equator. Anyways, what's Enoch's prophecy? Let me see. I mean, I've heard of that before, but yeah, until I get out of my funk, these are what my lives are going to be like. Just fucking random ass shit. Okay. Enoch's prophecy. 7 prophecies.
Before the flood, before Abraham, before Moses, there was Enoch, a man who walked so closely with God that he was taken without tasting death. His visions reached across time, revealing mysteries of the heavens, the rebellion of angels, and the fate of the earth itself. For centuries, his words echoed quietly in the shadows, until now. Because today, as the world groans under the weight of war, disaster, and moral decay, his prophecies are coming alive before our eyes.
Oh no, this video is 35 minutes long. Maybe I can get a little, let me see. I'll go back. Enoch's prophecy. The prophecies of Enoch primarily originate from the Book of Enoch, an ancient Jewish religious work that expands on the brief mentions of Enoch in Genesis. While largely excluded from the standard biblical canon, it remains scripture for the Ethiopian and Eritrean Orthodox churches on the final judgment. So, the final judgment, Enoch describes the Lord coming. The Son of Man, the book introduces the fall of Watchers, a major section details the rebellion of angels, apocalypse of weeks, a timeline dividing world's history into 10 weeks, nature and cosmos. 2026 interpretations. Let's see. Recently, some modern interpretations and social media content creators have linked Enoch's prophecies to the year 2026. These are the theories: global catastrophe, cosmic signs like blood moons and political upheavals or signs of the seventh prophecy being fulfilled, and the rise of technology or transhumanism is viewed as a modern parallel to the forbidden knowledge shared by the fallen angels. But it says, note the specific date-based predictions are modern interpretations and are not found in the original ancient text of the Book of Enoch. Yeah. Anyways, sorry if that. Wait, notable sourcing. Yeah, I'm good. I'm waiting for the cafe to open the breakfast and coffee. That's in the hotel. Look at you on vacay, girl. Let's see what can we look into tonight on YouTube. Let's see what's something interesting. Man, I'm really interested in finding, like, I wish Fox was in here. Like, Fox told me about this court case that they recently had that was which was like, we should watch this, and then we found out that it already had played out. Anything interesting you want to watch? I mean, I'm acting like I'm in Discord right now, just chilling like a villain.
Have you guys been following the Celeste case?
What is it called?
The Celeste with the rapper,
Oh no, is that what I just seen? Hold on, let me
that
see.
young girl. I think she was 13.
So it's Celeste.
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell that? Oh, so Celeste.
Mm-hmm.
Celeste. I wonder if it's Hernandez.
I think so. And then I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's not David. It's like D4. The guy's name.
Let's see. Autopsy. Oh, he like unalived her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she was found D4DV. I mean D4VD.
Mm-hmm. She was only 13 years old.
Oh my god. And her autopsy was released 3 days ago. I wonder if they got like a recap of like everything. Let me see. What are you doing? Is he in jail right now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
right.
just finally arrested him. First, they arrested one of his
What are you
friends.
doing? Might plead guilty. That should worry you. Why should it worry us? Probably because it's better for him to. Let's see. Actress who played girlfriend in a music video, the known singer. I'm trying to find a good. Has anybody else heard of this case? I mean, it seems like it's pretty big. Okay, let's see. Uh, I'm trying to see. Read me this up. Okay.
So, like, I'll tell you a little bit, just like the things, a little bit that I know about it from what my daughters have told me over the last couple of years. Supposedly or allegedly, he was dating this girl who was 13 years old,
Oh
and
my
she was
god.
always around. She would go backstage with him. Everybody like that was in the crowd knew that it was happening, but nobody said anything about it. And the girl's parents didn't even report her missing.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm about to do um everything about Forensic analysis. This seems to be News Nation. Let's see.
I'm sorry.
Oh wait, I'm gonna do like a breakdown. I wonder.
Okay, Jackson, go outside. Come on, baby Jackson, go outside.
He obviously doesn't.
Obviously, he can't hear me because he's dead.
I wonder where the best place is to look at this. This is so sad.
It is so sad.
Come on. You too, Rain. Come on.
Lord.
You gotta go to the bathroom. Let's go. You don't want to peep and poop on in the house, do you?
Yeah, that's exactly what my daughter came in and told me yesterday. There's 46 what is it,
I know. I don't even
terabytes.
know where to start. I'm looking over this, and it's like there's like so many different. Watch, I'm about to X.
Why are you so stupid?
Scott.
It's 46 terabytes of evidence.
Oh my god. Okay, let me. ChatGPT was the best video for a breakdown of. And this is, I know, and you said, now that I'm seeing the videos, like the girl looks familiar, so I know I've had to see it have seen it somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure you have, because it's been everywhere. And it's like there was, she was missing, or they had found her in the Tesla a long time ago before he was arrested. It seemed like a long time.
Wait, it seems like a long time. I'm sorry, did you repeat that?
It seemed like it was a long time. I don't know exactly how long it was, but it had been a long time. He was like still touring out of the country, even though she was found in his Tesla.
Oh, this might be good. This was why this one is worth watching is structured with true case breakdown, not just reaction commentaries, covers the timeline, missing discovery, investigation, arrest. Okay, this is 48 hours podcast. Okay.
We're going to start things off with a trigger warning. Now, some of the report.
How long was she with him for? Like, were they like he was like dating her or whatever you want to call it for she was like living with him?
Allegedly, my daughter said since she was 12 years old.
Well, I think she was 14 when she I guess she just turned 14.
Thing is disturbing that you're going to be listening to, but please watch and
it's not that long.
listen
It's only
with
17 minutes. So
Today, I am announcing the charges against David Anthony Burke, the musician known as David, spelled D4VD, in connection with the brutal and horrific murder of Celeste, a 14-year-old at that time.
That was Los Angeles County District Attorney Nathan Hochman announcing the charges against 21-year-old singer-songwriter David Anthony Burke. He goes by the stage name David for the murder of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez.
she's a beautiful girl
The
too. It's
district
so
attorney
sad.
calls this case
Yeah, she was.
nightmare and says there is significant physical, forensic, and digital evidence tying David to the crime. David Burke has pleaded not guilty to all of the charges. He has denied any wrongdoing. His legal team released a statement, and this is what they said. And let us be clear. The actual evidence in this case will show that David Burke did not murder Celeste Rivas Hernandez, and he was not the cause of her death. I'm 48 Hours correspondent Natalie Morales, and this is Case by Case, where each week the team here from 48 Hours, we bring you the biggest stories in true crime in real time. And with me now to discuss the latest legal details in the charges against David Burke is CBS chief correspondent Matt Gutman, who's been covering this case from when it first broke back in September. Good to see you again, Matt.
Hey, good to be with you again, Natalie.
So, Matt, give us the play-by-play here legally. Where is this case right now?
I mean, when we're talking about play-by-play, it's literally playing out right now. As we are recording this, we're in the midst of a preliminary hearing. And so what does that actually mean? Okay, so a judge needs to determine whether there is enough evidence against David to move forward with the case. And here's the basic crux of the charges. First-degree murder, continuous sexual abuse of a child under the age of 14, and
hold on. Let me put on subtitles so I can stop it if I have to.
But when I looked that up online, it said that she started hanging out with him between the ages of 11 and 13.
Wow.
Of human remains. Now, the medical examiner just released, or we should say was allowed to release, a report determining that this was a homicide, specifically noting that Celeste died by multiple penetrating injuries caused by an object. It's believed that it was some sort of sharp object at David's arraignment, which happened on Monday.
That's
His
so
defense
sad.
team asked for this hearing to take place as soon as possible, despite the fact that the prosecution says that it had 40 terabytes of discovery to give them. That's where we are right now.
40 terabytes of discovery. That tells me that they've been working on this case for quite a while and they have a lot of information. So the investigation into David, though, it really started with the discovery of Celeste, her decomposing body in his Tesla in the front trunk. And it is so horrific. It is so
it was in his
graphic.
Tesla in the front.
It's very disturbing. I mean, is it believed then that Celeste ran away from her family to go meet him and to go live with him?
So Celeste's family reported her as missing in April of 2024. This hadn't been the first time in the past she disappeared, but she returned home. But a year passes since Celeste's family filed their last missing persons report. And in September 2025, employees in a tow yard, they noticed this really foul smell. And eventually they found a car, and inside was a severely decomposed and dismembered body.
Oh my God.
And it was later identified as Celeste. And I remember sitting in the bureau watching this unfold because there were helicopters over it watching the work that they were doing. We weren't quite
Oh my
sure
God,
what was
Rituals,
going
that's-
on. But something was clearly
Pretty sure they didn't find the whole
in this
body
Tesla,
either.
in this tow yard. And lots of people in LA were seeing it unfold live.
It's just so awful. I mean, hearing that and thinking about what her parents, how they were told, and hearing all of these details about how their daughter was found. The question I have, though, I mean, this car found in this Hollywood tow lot, of course, it's registered to David. It's going to lead right back to him. He has denied any wrongdoing, but why did it take now?
So
more
it's
than
a Hollywood
7
tow
months to
yard,
get
meaning
to
like it's all cars that are like, oh, it's just in Hollywood. Is that what they mean? It's in Hollywood.
Right.
So he probably put it there.
Yeah, they think it was parked out by his house or on a street by his house, and it was towed there.
point
that's what
where
it
they
said.
charge him now?
It was pretty quick that we learned that it was his car. So his name was out there early on. But again, the manner of death took a while to get to. And I think for most intents and purposes, the DA's office was keeping their cards very close to the vest. They were probably trying to protect witnesses, trying to protect evidence that might have come out. And this is a high profile case. We're talking about a musician who is exploding online, who's doing a national tour, going abroad, very, very popular. And they were trying to do all they could to protect their case.
I'm sure that they were building in that time as much evidence as they could to make this arrest, right?
This is something that I think the press has asked for from the very start. We were curious about the manner of death, and typically the medical examiner's report will be released. It wasn't in this case. In fact, the LAPD initiated a court order preventing the medical examiner from releasing its findings. I just want to read to you this quote from the press release from the chief medical examiner, because clearly there was very significant tension between the medical examiner, the LAPD, and the DA. So this is what they wrote, quote, "It is unfathomable that the families had to wait this long to learn what happened to their daughter. The transparency of the information contained in our findings and reports is essential for empowering the community to make informed changes to actively reduce fear and allowing the community to take informed action. This is the public's right to know." And the medical examiner, in an extraordinary, I've never seen something like this, report, actually points the finger at the LAPD for not allowing this information to come out. So the information in that report says basically 2 penetrating wounds of the torso and a wound to the upper abdomen. Obviously, of course, Celeste's body was mutilated.
Oh, gosh. And again, I go back to what Celeste's family was feeling and hearing all of this information. They, in fact, have since now spoken and have shared that these findings have caused them profound emotional pain, as you would expect.
It has. And, during the arraignment on Monday, they were in attendance, but they've said that they're not going to be there at the preliminary hearing. It's just too painful for them, I think.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Let's talk about the popularity of David as a musician. I mean, as you alluded to, he was very successful.
I've never even heard of him.
Old, and
like, does he? Is there any
hits,
popular hit songs that? Well, I guess she's about to say
hits and
no. Oh no,
streaming views and listeners.
I've never heard of him.
I mean, this guy's career was on the rise when this happened.
Clearly, a very, very talented young individual. He gained a lot of attention online as a teenager by posting montages of himself playing Fortnite. He claims he got into creating original music as a way to avoid copyright claims when soundtracking his montages, which is very, very interesting and indicative of this young man's talent.
Yeah, and just looking at all of his accolades, his on Spotify. I mean, he's released two EPs,
why ruin your whole life?
Several singles.
You gotta be sick in the head.
A full album from 2021 to 2025. I mean, he's had billions of streams at this point, and 3.6 million followers on TikTok. He worked with Fortnite to produce their official 2025 anthem, Locked and Loaded. Just going through his music and some of the videos that he's released. The one that caught my attention and a lot of people's as well, especially now in hindsight, is Romantic Homicide. Terrible title given the circumstances. The video shows him, though, as a character. I read one of his interviews. He says he was inspired by anime. This was sort of a character of his. It was his inspiration. And it's his alter ego. And you see in that video, this character holding a bloody knife. There is a young woman. I mean, it's jarring seeing some of that now.
I mean, obviously, David is presumed innocent until proven guilty, but it's not a great look.
Yeah.
It's not a great look, especially since he also produced a song called Celeste. And the combination of these two things certainly has raised a lot of scrutiny.
It sounds like this relationship, though, was pretty well known. It was documented, and people in Celeste's life apparently knew about it. They even had, unfortunately, when they discovered in the autopsy, this tattoo that says shh, and they both had these tattoos, hers on her index finger, on her right index finger. So it seems like, they were together and people knew about it.
Her family was aware that she knew David. Celeste's brother told NBC LA that when she disappeared, she was on her way to see a movie with David. And court documents say that she lived with David in Los Angeles. Now, at this point, prosecutors allege that the sexual abuse began in 2023 when she had just turned 13.
And I think a lot of people at home probably asking themselves, so why now? I mean, she was reported missing multiple times. She's a minor. He is a legal adult. So her sexual abuse, according to the DA, I mean, was that being investigated that far back while she was still alive?
I think at this point, Natalie, we could say pretty much categorically that no, there is no indication that her specific case was being investigated at the time. But the LAPD says that they only learned that there was a sexual relationship after the death investigation was underway.
Mm-hmm. So this brings us now to the arrest.
Yeah, April 16th, LAPD flooded the streets of Hollywood Hills. This is LA's prized and highly regarded robbery homicide division, and they moved in to execute the case. And they've been on the case pretty much from the start. And the DA reminds us that this investigation is still ongoing, but the DA so far has expressed confidence that they will be able to prove the charges and that their evidence will hold up in court.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about these charges, because in a case that is so heinous, there are special circumstances attached to this first-degree murder charge. For our listeners not familiar with that as a legal term, explain what that means.
These special circumstances in the case elevate a first-degree murder charge to a higher level of severity, meaning if convicted, David could either spend the rest of his life in prison without the possibility of parole, or if the DA so chooses, they can go for the death penalty. Obviously very hard in California to do. And the DA said that at some point in the near future, they will decide about that death penalty.
Yeah, you should.
And let's break down what these special circumstances are.
Okay, so the special circumstances here, there are three of them. And I'm just going to read, there's murder of a witness, that's one. Murder for financial gain, two, and lying in wait. And the murder for financial gain and witness, these two go hand in hand. Basically, the state is trying to claim that Celeste was killed in order to prevent her from speaking about her sexual relationship. Let's take a listen to Hochman here.
As the evidence will show in court, the financial gain was for Mr. Burke to maintain his very lucrative musical career that Celeste was threatening on that particular night.
So interesting. He's releasing some detail here. The DA mentioning that Celeste was threatening to ruin David's career on that particular night. Is there evidence then that she was able to speak up to police or to go public in some way about the nature of their relationship?
We just don't know at this point, Natalie. That's what DA Hochman seems to be implying.
As for the lying in wait charge, I know you asked District Attorney Hochman about that. Let's play a clip.
The essence of a lying in wait special circumstance that we've charged in connection with the first degree murder charge is that he invited Celeste to his Hollywood Hills home on or about April 23rd of 2025. And he invited her ultimately with the idea that he was going to murder her.
You're saying it was premeditated, that he knew he was going to murder her on that day, and that you have evidence to prove that.
Yes, we will prove beyond a reasonable doubt in a courtroom that the first degree murder charge, which requires premeditation in order for us to meet the element of that charge, that occurred on the night in which the individual known as David murdered Celeste.
So in a case like this, prosecutors typically don't move until they believe that they have proof beyond a reasonable doubt and a clear timeline. Obviously, DA Hochman believes that they have reached that bar, but we haven't seen it yet. Neither has the public.
This leads us to David's preliminary hearing. It's actually happening right now as we speak. Can you give us a little bit of the behind the scenes look at what's happening there?
I've been speaking to legal analysts about this, and what they're saying is that the defense right now is essentially calling the prosecutor's bluff. We heard early in the week the defense wanted this hearing to happen as soon as possible, fully knowing that the prosecution probably wasn't going to be able to have everything that it wanted to prepare. So they are playing a form of legal chicken here. Now, the defense says that there is not evidence against David for these charges. They have been adamant he did not commit murder. He is not involved in her death. What they want is for him to be released on bail. So far, the judge denied bail. The prosecution warned they have 40 terabytes of evidence. And this is kind of a warning in some ways, too, because that's saying, oh, you guys want evidence? We got evidence.
The prosecution also revealed that David's iPhone apparently contained a significant amount of child pornography. The defense has meanwhile asked the judge to move the hearing now to next week, which, it appears the judge agreed to that as well. So it seems there's been a continuation in this preliminary hearing. And Celeste's family, where are they in all of this?
Obviously broken. Seeing their faces is obviously very hard. Their lawyers made it clear that they are very private. I think many, many media outlets have tried to reach out to them. And her parents released the first statement since the arrest earlier this week. And I'll read a portion of it. It says, Celeste was a beautiful, strong girl who loved to sing and dance. Every Friday night was movie night, and we spent wonderful times together. We love her very much, and she always told us that she loved us. We miss her deeply. All we want is justice for Celeste.
It's just such a tragic case and story, but it is this family's life now. again, David is denying any wrongdoing, but this is going to be clearly something that parents listening to, watching, will be wanting to hear more about how this all could happen.
It's just beyond imagination. This is a very dark case, and it's probably going to take some time to play out, and it will be in the headlines from now until, I assume, long after this case is completely wrapped up.
We are, of course, going to continue to follow this developing story. As new information is being released, we'll bring it to you. And again, Matt, thank you for being, the person there doing all the work for us here and making it easier.
Thanks for having me.
One thing about this is
Back next.
all the people that were around him knew this was happening and nobody said anything.
Yeah, that's probably what this is about. But it says David murder case, Celeste Revi, however you say it, wasn't actually missing, and I'm guessing that's probably because,
Usually, yeah.
like, you think her parents knew that she was dating this guy?
Yeah, and everybody around him too. And they just were all okay with it, I guess.
God, well, I mean, not that this makes difference, but like, Jesus, like, look, I'm telling you, these people are looking older than what, like, look how she looks like she's older than she was, huh?
She did, yeah, she definitely did.
Wow.
But it's crazy. She was only 12 when he started dating her.
Right. So, and Rich was, I mean, how did they feel about it? Like, they were okay with it? I'm not blaming her parents. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, I don't understand that part at all. I just know my daughters used to tell me that the parents didn't even report her missing. They just knew she was gone with them.
so crazy. I don't know, maybe parents are to blame a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with what she just said too. I don't think so either.
That is so crazy. How can you just let... Well...
It's just a sad world.
No. Man, I can't even imagine the most wait, how can I find... Wait, if you want to find the most unbiased... the most controversial conspiracy happens... Oh, man, that's so sad. This one, I'm afraid... Let me see.
This is The Big Breakdown, a long look back at some of the biggest stories we're covering for you at the Hidden Killers podcast. And
Celeste was actually not missing for most of it. She was at her cousin's high school graduation, allegedly, in May of 2024. She was on surveillance video, fighting with neighbors in her own backyard in September of 2024. She was, according to a family friend who had known her since kindergarten, back at her mother's house at least twice during the year before her body was found. Once she came by herself, once she was brought back by police. She was, by every available piece of evidence, coming and going, which means the central question of this case is not who took her. The central question is who was supposed to be keeping her home, watching her, parenting her.
I ain't lying.
And why they couldn't. Here's the fast context for anyone just catching up. And I want to say this. I am not blaming her parents for her death, but that, I'm sorry, is a large missing piece to this whole equation. She's missing. And no, she wasn't. She really wasn't. They just never said they found her, is the way it appears to be. So why is she on such a loose leash? She's a child.
For real, she
doesn't have autonomy.
Good night, girl.
To go wander around her city or the country at her own will. She's a effing child. So before he was like, well, she's got rights. She's a child. You know who has rights? You know who actually has not rights, responsibilities? Parents. Parents that are supposed to be taking care of their child. They have responsibilities. And you know what? You lose rights when you don't
you don't take care of your responsibilities. And I think that might be an area that should be looked at here. Because when this is going on, and yes, children run away, and it's horrible, and it's tragic, and all of that. But I'm sorry, she wasn't just gone into the ether for like a year with the pop star. She was coming and going. Where was the parenting? Well, they were immigrants. Well, they were working. Well, I don't effing care. I don't care where you're from. I don't care where you're going. I don't care about any of it. You're a parent. You have a child. None of the rest matters. The rest is noise.
Oh, he's ain't.
You figure that shit out.
Is that?
Well, it's really hard, Tony.
Oh, all I heard, are not charged. Wait, person. I wonder if something got filtered, Rituals, because all I see is are not charged.
You know what it's like being a single parent? The F I don't. I am one. I've been one. For a long time, with no help. It's me. I get it.
I'm sorry, I'm waiting to hear more.
Well, you start going, yeah, been there too. Been there too. It's been a long road getting to where I've gotten to. And at the end of the day, there's excuses, there's this, there's that. Two things, parent, child.
They probably do carry.
Parent, you shouldn't have the child, unfortunately.
I mean, they probably do feel some guilt. I mean, how could you not, when you just let...
Generally, that's the lesson that, I think probably 70 to 80% of American parents find themselves in, of like, oh, it's not optional. I'm sorry, for those of us parents who do parent, it's not an optional thing. Believe it or not, it's not. As much as some people like to make it that way, or think it is, or have excuses for it, because of this, because of that. Again, I don't effing care. So I've heard so many excuses around this story as we skirt around this piece of it. I'm sure she was probably a hellion to deal with. It seems kind of like it. Guess what, Mom and Dad? Part of being a parent. You don't know what you're going to get. There's no manual, and they're all different. But it's yours now to spend yours for 13 years. And,
Robin, were you trying to come up? Probably not.
Figure it out. Sorry, that's my little soapbox rant as a parent looking at this story going, where the hell's Mom and Dad? I'm sick of the excuses on this story. I just am. Because when it comes down to, like I said, there is no excuse.
I'm surprised. What's wrong, Robin? I'm surprised. Now, don't take me wrong. Like, I'm surprised nothing happened. I don't know. Because, I mean, it is your responsibility as a mother to know where. I don't know. I mean, can parents get in trouble in a case like this where it's like for not protecting their child? I don't know. Or unless they're considered a runaway, but if they have proof that they were coming and going. I know, I wonder. I don't know. I'm just wondering, like, I mean, I doubt that they are going to. I'm not saying they should be, but I'm just curious as to. Oh, it's okay, girl. I'm not sure, but that's what I was saying, but I think it was filtered. Oh, yeah, because look, this has got to be their worst nightmare, obviously, but, I mean, at the same time, man, like, how do you just let... I mean, because look, like he was saying, a hellion. She might have probably a hellion. I know that teenagers can be rebellious, but at the end of the day, I mean, you can make them not leave. I mean, that's not always people's choice, but I mean, I know she can always just run away. I don't know. I don't know, man. But I'm not going to judge them too hard because I bet they are beating the fuck up out of themselves right now. I can only imagine.
The life and death of your child. Well, she's got a boyfriend who's old. Like, then why? She's a child. Again, you have responsibilities. Yes, no, you can do this. You can't do that. You're not allowed to do this. You're not leaving the house. There will be consequences if you do. I know it's not that easy. I get it. But this, I don't know. This feels like, and I don't know. I have no idea. Hands thrown up in the air. I don't know. It was an utter failure on their part. Utter failure of parenting. Period. Maybe that's mean. Maybe that's cruel. Maybe the end result is the same.
Yep. The end result is the same.
If that area, if that mode of her life had been stable, had safety, had a reason for her not to run away, she'd probably still be alive. So I think one of the greater questions is, why was she running away? Kids do it. So, yeah, there's usually a motive, a reason. And I don't know what that motive is or that reason. But again, I'm thinking it's something that should be looked at, considering there's still children over there. Call me crazy.
See, that's the thing that can be completely... I know there's children that live in just
here's the
great home situations, and like it's just
David Anthony Brooks.
Whether it be influence, whether it be just rebellion, like sometimes... Right, I feel like it can go either way. Like, why did she run away? Was it because of something in the home, or was it just because she was a rebellious teenager? It's like, man, it's such a broad, like, it can... Yeah. But that is true, though, at the same exact time, like, man, it's hard. It seems like I do remember hearing last year that the family was being paid to stay quiet. Oh, wow. That could be true. You see, I wouldn't care. No money is going to make me be quiet about something like that, though. You see, if it was something like that, I would actually feel less bad, because I would feel like, no, I mean, even in financial, like, I don't know. That's just wild to me. But, I don't know. That is true about, I mean, unless you're extremely strict, that's the only thing I can think of that, like, where it's not really a bad home. It's just you might be strict and that'll make kids rebel. But other than that, like, if you're, I know I'm not a parent, but I mean, I was a teenager. You know? And, like, no matter what, even if, I don't know, I never had to sneak out or anything like that. I don't know. That's why it's important to have, like, good relationships with your children where they can trust you, not feel like they are afraid to come to you, but at the same time, you're not like their bestie and going to let them do whatever they want either. You know, you have to find, like, a balance.
Professionally as David D4VD was arrested on April 16th of 2026 on suspicion of murder in the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. He's being held without bail. His attorneys have publicly denied any involvement, stating that the evidence will show he did not do any of this, or that he did not murder her. He was not the cause of her death. That's a statement from the attorneys. He's not been, well, at least as of this recording, has not been indicted, and no criminal complaint has been filed. By the time you're watching this, that might be changed.
Which it is.
Either way, he's presumed innocent under the law, and I'm not giving him a free pass at all in any of this. Law enforcement sources have also indicated that more than one person may have been involved in her death and the disposal of her body, and additional arrests remain possible. That is the case everyone is covering. That is the story heading to a courtroom.
I don't know when this was taped.
One here that we're about to get into further is different. This one is about the year before the Tesla, because that is where the story actually lives, and almost nobody is telling it. So your thoughts in the comments as we go through this. Substack and YouTube, the links are there in the description. Consider what the public recording already shows, or the public record already shows, I should say. 3 missing person reports in 14 months, 11 sheriff's department visits to the Rivas Hernandez family home, a 7th grader who was not enrolled in any school for roughly a year, an ex-boyfriend on the record saying she was telling friends she wanted out, a next-door neighbor of almost 3 years who has never met the family. That is the portrait of the David story, quietly existing in the ether, that the David part of the story is quietly covering up, not intentionally, just because it doesn't get noise, because people don't want to lift up that fiber of this mattress and go, ooh, what's under here?
Yep.
It's harder, it's sadder, and it's slower than the famous suspect in the gruesome crime scene, but it's a big part of this story. Let's start with the sheriff's calls. Between February of 24 and April of 25, Riverside County Sheriff's deputies were called to Celeste's home 11 times. Most were logged as minor crime investigation. At least one was logged as suspicious circumstances. 4 produced official reports. 3 got follow-ups. On March 19th to 24 alone, deputies came 3 times in a single day. That was the same day Celeste was caught on a local liquor store's surveillance camera, running down her own street at 7 in the morning without her belongings. The same day her sister walked into that same liquor store looking for her. Roughly 1 sheriff's call a month to the one address is not a quirky neighborhood. That is a household in sustained crisis. Yeah. The public record does not tell us the specifics of those calls. The volume tells us what we need to know about the weather inside that house, in my opinion. And there's Damian Hernandez, 15 years old, who previously dated Celeste and went on the record with reporters. His words, not an interpretation. This is his words. Her parents were, quote, mean. Now, take it for what it's worth. He's 15. She, quote, didn't like them, unquote. She talked about running away to friends openly, even jokingly, for months before she actually did it. Nobody took her seriously, he said, until she ran 3 times, until the 3rd time she didn't come back. And again, this is important because, yes, kids do these things sometimes. Do they always have the most justifiable reasons for it? No, they don't. But sometimes they do. A lot of times they do. And we're far more interested as a society in making them the villain for being the bad person. Running away, bad child. You shouldn't be. Why are they running away?
Right, that's true.
Because I'll tell you what, happy, healthy kids aren't running away. So what's behind that? What's making them unhappy? What's making them unhealthy? I can guarantee it's more than just you can't use your phone. I can guarantee there's something a little deeper and darker going on than just parental borders that are being put up, in my opinion. I mean, do you have the sporadic case every now and then, the outlier where there's something wrong mentally going on in the kid run? Yeah, sure. But it ain't the majority.
That's true.
I don't know what this one is, but it certainly deserves a hard look. Again, like I said, there's still kids in that household. There's still parents parenting, quote unquote. The same quality parenting that kept Celeste Rivas Hernandez from not running away 3 times and ending up dead in somebody's trunk. That type of parenting. A 13-year-old who is telling her friend she wants to disappear is not joking. She's taking a survey. She's asking whether anyone will stop her. Every adult in her life, including the adult she was asking, missed the question. Now consider what the people on the other side of the fence saw, or rather did not see. The family's next-door neighbor who told News Nation she had lived there since February of 2023. She said she had never once met the family in almost 3 years. She did not know their names. She did not know how many people lived in the house. Her own backyard bordered theirs. She could not hear, or she could hear Celeste sometimes through the walls. This is what isolation looks like when it's happening right next to you and you never learn to see it. A family in suburban California, a child yelling in the backyard, a woman on the other side of the fence who could not have told you the last name of anyone she was listening to. The piece nobody is pressing. The school. Celeste attended Lakeland Village School in Lake Elsinore through the 7th grade. She ran in April of 24. Investigators believe she died in the spring of 25. That is, at a minimum, one full school year, during which a 13-year-old California resident was enrolled, as far as the public record shows, nowhere. California law is clear on this. Education is mandatory through age 18. But go, if you want to see how great California's education system is, look at how many children were enrolled pre-COVID and look how many came back after. Look at the thousands that are missing.
So crazy.
Missing, just gone, not accounted for anywhere. So it is rather understandable, not acceptable, but understandable how one could easily just slip through the cracks just because thousands of others have too, and nobody seems to care.
I feel like some kids during COVID, I'm not saying it's the majority, but I've seen this and it's so crazy to me because I still think the parents should make their kids finish school. But I've seen people like blow up on social media and then they like kind of like stop going to school and their parents just like let them, which is insane to me. I mean, some of them homeschool, you know, but it's so crazy.
School districts are required to track chronic absence. Districts are required to report missing students. Child Protective Services is supposed to be looped in on children who disappear from the education system. Child Protective Services also, in theory, is supposed to be staffed. It's supposed to have people that can actually carry out the duties of it in an effective manner. That doesn't exist. Lake Elsinore Unified School District, in a statement to the Los Angeles Times, confirmed a student who had attended their schools through 7th grade had died. They called it heartbreaking. They offered grief counseling for the kid who hadn't been there in like a year. Let's pretend we care. They did not publicly answer the question that ought to be asked out loud. Who was tracking the 7th grader after she did not come back the following August?
He's asking all the real questions, though.
On so many parts of so many systems.
This guy looks scary, though.
It really is.
Like the singer or whatever? The artist?
Obviously, however she died, you got that. But how she got there is 90% of the story.
I wouldn't let me.
If anybody was tracking her, what did they find? If nobody was, that is a different failure, and it belongs in this story, other than just the dark feeling pop star connected to death. How did she get there?
Freaky.
This does not stop at one family in one California town. Sean Johnson, the director of youth services at Operation Safe House in Riverside County, told the local outlet KESQ that post-pandemic chronic runaways are spiking in the region. Celeste Rivas Hernandez was not an outlier. She was a data point in a pattern nobody is paying attention to, unless the pattern ends in a Tesla trunk and a famous suspect attached to it. Yeah, she's just one we're talking about because it's connected to that guy. Thousands more are out there with stories just as horrible that there's no way in hell there is time to tell every single one of them. And the part of the story that actually twists itself again is this. The family's public face and the documented record are not telling the same story. Publicly, the grief is real, and it is devastating. The brother, Matthew Rivas, posted on Celeste's reactivated Instagram account that the family did everything they could. Did they? His words: flyers at her school, posts on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, calls to police, family searching everywhere, even extended family in Mexico sharing and praying, and that's all great. What about the lead up? What about the lead up? What was going on that made all of this possible? That is my question. I don't question your grief. I don't question your sadness. I don't question the pain and the hurt and the heartbreak. But you know what? There's a reason she ran away. There's a reason this took place. And the story is not the reaction. The story is what led to it. So before I jump on the bandwagon of sorrow and sadness here, let me take a closer look and point some fingers, because some fingers need to be pointed. And questions need to be asked. And until they're answered sufficiently with sufficient answers, I think there's a very real question about responsibility here in parenting and capabilities of doing so. And if these capabilities were not able to be met, why? And there ain't a lot of acceptable answers other than you're incapacitated and in the hospital and can't be there for your child. If you're breathing, If you're getting up out of bed every day, no excuses. Why? Because that's what it is to be an effing parent.
Anyways, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and end the live. But yeah, this is interesting and it's really sad. But anyways, thanks for hanging out, y'all. I might come on earlier tomorrow. Maybe I'll feel a bit more like I want to do my makeup again. I haven't done it at all in general. I haven't done my makeup in forever. So yeah, maybe I'll come on in the morning or something. Not in the morning, but like, early afternoon. And anyways, but love y'all. Bye.